Good afternoon. It's in the afternoon. It looks sunny. It looks nice outside. I haven't been out because it's been really windy. It's also negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit outside, so it's very, very cold and windy. The ice is been melting. It's been melting, so that's a good news. But not as much. There is still like huge pile-ups on streets. So far so good. Today I woke up. Obviously, I'm watching the market on CNBC, and they talked about the nicotines and drug addictions and all kinds of addictions they're talking about today. The X and the Twitter, things like that. So, but also today is Saturday, and Saturday, is February the 7th, 2026. The time is kicking off, going really fast. A couple days ago, I mentioned how I was applying for jobs, and I applied for one of the company called BlackRock. I'm not a big fan of BlackRock. I made a video before. I made a video about this, about them buying houses around the country. BlackRock has a company called Aladdin. It's a software that manages multiple assets, around the country and around the world. They started in 1988 and by like a few group of people, and it has grown to become one of the largest asset manager in the world. And Aladdin manages different companies like Fidelity and many other companies that I cannot really come up right now in my mind. So I applied for a position here. You can see this is application for 2026 full-time analyst program, technology, analytics, and modeling, San Francisco. And if I go to my profile here, you can see I applied for this is 2026 full-time analyst program, technology, analytics, and modeling, San Francisco. And then I also applied for 2026 full-time analyst program, investments, and this is my favorite one, investments, quantitative investing, San Francisco. I also applied for quantitative master's internship program, AMAS. So these three programs they allow you to select up to three programs, so you can apply up to three jobs. So I did that. Then obviously I need to complete each interview. As far as I can see, I have to complete each interview for each job. So right now I am completing. So if I go back to my profile, I have to complete this interview for this one, then the interview for this one, then the interview for this one. Okay. So the analyst program, technology, analytics, and modeling, I have to complete coding. So here it says, thank you for submitting the first section of your BlackRock application for 2026 full-time analyst program, technology, analytics, and modeling, San Francisco. To complete your application, you are required to complete a virtual coding challenge. This is a chance for you to showcase why your talent and skill set are right for a firm. Following a review of your online application and submitted coding assessment, we will inform you if you have been selected for a final round interview for this role. Please note, you must submit your coding challenge result within 5 calendar days of receiving the invitation in order to be considered for this role. You will need to click on Submit Final Assessment to complete the assessment. Please refer to the email from HireVue for more details and instructions. Best of luck. I don't know if I received the email from HireVue recently, so I haven't got anything. I guess I have to click on Start Assessment. Then from there, I will receive like an invitation from HireVue. And then after that, I guess I would have to do then what else I have to do? Then I guess I have to do like another one, which is like full-time analyst program, investment, quantitative investing, then like quantitative mastering, like those three things. Either way, I do not have any faith in BlackRock, and this feels so bad. Like, this is why monopoly is not good, right? Monopoly forces you to work in a company that you disagree with, right? And this is a big challenge, right? I don't like how this company buys a bunch of residential homes, and I cannot afford a home unless I work for them, and they only hire me because I didn't go to Harvard, or my dad isn't Jeff Bezos, and that becomes a problem, right? It's changes we go through. This is a thing that when I make these videos, they become famous later on, but just know that this is the thing that we go through every single day. You know, if BlackRock wasn't buying a bunch of homes, there could be a little bit of real estate companies, small real estate companies. Those companies could give me a chance to work for them. But because there is no chance of giving me to work for them, these companies, they have a monopoly, and therefore they also have the monopoly whom they can hire, right? And then they hire somebody who's not going to challenge them. So they pay somebody from like India, or somebody from China or Japan or London or Nigeria to come and work for them, who's not going to challenge them, who's not going to tell them, hey, this is wrong, we should not buy a bunch of houses and increase the prices and stuff like that. And there's more stuff out there. But this life you have to go through, right? This is a conflicting situation where, a company like this, you put on a resume, it looks great, but in real life, if I put this company on my resume, like, hey, I work for BlackRock as a technology analyst, and everybody's gonna hire me, right? But is it ethical? Like, if I make more money and I become rich, and let's say I get a job for this company, would I be happy? I don't think so. I don't think I'll be happy if I know some people in DC who are doing great jobs, who are doing wonderful things, they're getting paid this money, and they're trying to buy a house and have a home to stay, and they cannot afford a single home, even a townhouse. Yet, a company like this wants to hire me, go to San Francisco, live in I don't know, $5,000-$10,000 mansion, apartment, compact apartment, be the best I can be, sell my soul to these people, and then to turn around, and then I don't know, it's very details. But anyway, I don't have any chance of getting a job with this company, and even if I did, like, it doesn't make sense for me to move to San Francisco. Well, I used to live in California. I could have applied for them. I did not apply. I applied for JP Morgan. They didn't give me a job. And this company just want to move to the big cities, and you need to have a family to move to these big cities. Like, it's fascinating, right? Because rich kids from rich families, they go to rich universities, right? They say MIT or San Francisco, whatever, they Harvard universities, and then they apply to these jobs. These companies ask them to move, so they do what they do. They ask their parents, hey, give me some money to go to work in a job. The parents are happy, they're excited. Oh, work for BlackRock, great, because they also got the houses, or somebody works for BlackRock, so right. So they travel, they move to those cities. For me, even if I did get a job for this BlackRock, right? Let's say they look at my resume and they be like, we like James, let's give him a job. Then I have to move. I would have to cancel my rent, which will cost me more money. Then I have to move to San Francisco, and I have to find somewhere to live. I don't know anybody there, and then nobody in my family have ever worked for this company. Nobody in my social cycle, nobody in my friends group has ever worked for this company. When I was in California, I was building good friendship, good community with people who have established their career with big corporations. And these people, most of them are Asians, and Asians, thanks to Chinese rapid development, they do like to give out ideas and support. For people who are black, if we live in a black community like here in DC and Maryland area where the majority are black and the majority are white, you have to be in a white community to understand what this means to work here. Being in a black community, the chance is very, very low, because very few black people get jobs in these companies. So very, very kind of scary, and also annoying. But anyway, I'll just give it a try. I'm just gonna see what's going on. and they're gonna give me like coding challenge. So I don't know what kind of coding they're gonna give me, but anyways, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like Python because they use Python, and probably like C++. They didn't mention that in job applications, so I'm not sure how this is gonna be. But if I look up and see what is the code challenge, actually I can figure out what they ask by searching on whatever that is on Google. So it says the BlackRock Analyst Program Technology Analyst Data Modeling is a premier hourly career role focused on building, implementing, and supporting financial risk modules and analytics via the Aladdin platform. Yeah, this thing called Aladdin sounds like Arabic kind of thing. Analysts utilize Python, as I knew was Python, data structure and algorithms to analyze large data sets, improve investment decisions, and manage financial risks. Role focused development of quantitative modules for fixed income, equities, derivatives, and alternative products. Technology and coding. The program requires a strong proficient in Python for data manipulation, financial modeling, and software implementation. Platform, a core component involves working with the BlackRock's proprietary Aladdin platform to deliver analytics and financial management solutions. Responsibilities tasks include designing algorithms, automating analysis, conducting research on financial markets, and optimizing investment strategies. Assessment candidates are typically evaluated through coding assessments focusing on data structure, algorithms, and time-space complexity. This program is specifically designed to bridge the gap between technical data modeling and practical financial investment applications. This particular job aligns pretty well with what I'm studying right now in any big data class that I have in my class. This is kind of cool, even though we missed 3 days already for coding. No, we missed 2 weeks of class, but the good news is that I took the same class Python when I was in my undergrad, so that's kind of cool and that kind of helps. But let me click on it. Let me start. Let me see what's going on here. So if I click on start the application, I'm gonna see what this says. So pop-up windows must be allowed to take this test. Okay, and then here we begin. Application for 2026. You have been invited to complete an assessment via Hirewood. Complete your application if you have completed the test and this page is not refreshed. Automatically click here to refresh. Okay. Test left complete. Tests left complete. Time analyst program, technology data analyst. Okay. Alright. Continue to test. Then it says pop-up window must be allowed. Oh, I must allow the pop-up window. Okay, whatever. They want to control my web browser, I guess. Alright, let's see. Just one moment. This site powered by it's a Zoom, it's a video. Okay. Broke Hirewood wants to connect to view. Okay, I'm gonna click allow this time and then accept the cookies. BlackRock, hello James Peter, welcome to the next. Why did they pronounce my name as 2? That's supposed to be 2 E's. What the fuck? Welcome to the next step for 2026 full-time analyst program, technology data analyst and modeling in San Francisco. We understand the importance of this process, so we have created a quick, convenient experience designed to help you introduce yourself and your skill set to us here at BlackRock. To get started, you will need a front-facing camera and microphone. First time, see how it works. Okay.
Did you just get an invitation to take a HireVue interview, or are you expecting one? You may be wondering what to do next. In this video, I'm going to explore what you can expect from your HireVue interview.
I also don't like how people who give these videos are British people. Even the last time when I was doing a HireVue interview with the JP Morgan, the dude was a British. I did not like it, and I did a terrible interview, and they just did not like. I didn't even get a job. So I do not like how it's either British people or these are from people from New England, because people from New England, like northern part of the United States, speak the same way. I like people who have the accent from West Coast or sometimes South. That's the best accent. But the New England, hell no. So it's kind of fascinating to me that these people they use these people from accent. Like if you're gonna hire somebody in the United States, in America, and I'm gonna be dealing with American people doing my job, you should use American accent, people with American accent. Or sometimes they hire actors. These are just actors from Los Angeles. These are not real analysts. Anyways, keep going.
And give you some tips to help you succeed. Companies use HireVue to get to know you better and understand.
And by the way, they are using this woman holding like an iPad, right? But you want to pay attention here. They don't have like, I wanna be racist here, but they are making this seems easy, right? Like random guy sitting on a couch on a phone.
Understand your skills and experiences beyond your resume or job application. HireVue is basically a way to interview when and where you want. All you need is a mobile device with a camera or a computer with a webcam to interview anywhere at the time that works best for you.
So yeah, so this is you can tell here, right? The people they show in the video, it's just like how the system works. It favors specific people, specific colors, specific ways. But anyways, it's worth to try, right? So let's try. Let me see.
In the interview, you simply respond to a series of job-related questions. To keep things fair, you'll be answering the exact same questions as every other candidate for the job. You typically have 30 seconds to prepare and up to 3 minutes to respond to each. If you're taking a video interview for the first time, it might be a little awkward. No worries. Before you start interviewing, you do have some time to complete some practice questions. Just a heads up before I get into the tips, if you're expecting an invitation to interview and haven't received one yet, you may need to search your email inbox. If you can't find it there, try double-checking your spam folder. Now, here's what other candidates like you have done to interview successfully. Make yourself comfortable. Since you can interview anywhere, find the place where you think you'll be the most comfortable and where you can enter the zone. Pick a spot to record that is...
So my last time I did an IFO interview, which was like 3-4 years ago. This is 2023. It's been a long time ago. My problem was actually not having enough to say in a camera. All right, that was my problem. By now, doing these videos on the internet, doing these videos on social media, YouTube has given me too much to say. And being a master's student in a master's program has given me the opportunity to do things like, what is it? Doing debates, presenting research papers. Right, that has given me the opportunity to speak for more than 3 minutes. So it's a good thing. Last time I didn't have enough time to say. I didn't have anything to say. Like when I was in undergrad, they'd ask me something like, "What have you had on the news? How is it related to your job?" I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know anything about it. But right now I kind of have something to say, right? So I can speak for, I've been speaking for like 90 minutes already, right? So this is a positive thing.
Quiet and free from distractions, and set aside around 45 minutes. It probably won't take that long, so this is just to stay on the safe side. Finally, check your lighting. You want to make sure your lighting is in front of you, since light from behind isn't exactly flattering.
Now I don't think I should get the lighting. Maybe I should grab one. I hope it, maybe if it's helpful, because they would have to see you, right? I don't know if my window is enough, but I think I'm gonna grab some another lights over here. It's worth to try, you know. It's worth to try. I have confidence today, but how did I get this confidence? Usually I used to be very nervous, very scared about these things, but now I'm like very confident about these things. Is it because I'm doing a master's program, or is it because I live in my own house? I have too much confidence. I don't know. So let's plug on this this thing here, this camera, and let's see what that does. So hopefully this will help me with some lighting. Okay. Let me put this on this side. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what she has to say.
Once you're in the interview, don't worry about making eye contact with the camera. If you want, you can hide your video while you answer the questions. Just speak and focus in a way that makes you comfortable. Your HireView interview might also include a series of games. If so, you'll see a game summary screen. These games will help the employer see how you think. I recommend giving the instructions a look, so you go into each game prepared and ready. When you begin, you'll see a countdown starting at 3. When the countdown reaches 0, stop playing. That's it. After you complete your
It's fun how different companies ask questions, right? Like mine's gonna be coding, behavior questions, personal preferences, right? Current events, current news, my working culture, my working preferences, those things, right? But it looks like some companies use games, so this is kind of cool.
interview, it's sent to a recruiter or hiring manager who might email, call, or text you to discuss next steps.
So that's problem comes in when they do video. However, kind of thing, they get hundreds. Now remember, the companies like BlackRock, they spend so much money, because remember, hiring somebody like me in these companies, it costs a lot of money, right? It doing quantitative work is very, very expensive. I mentioned this yesterday. Look at the U.S. Army and where it's going. That's why it's very expensive, right? U.S. Army. I don't know what they're doing. I'm watching the news and I'm taking an interview here. So the U.S. not the U.S. government. But yesterday I went to the job fair, right? And I mentioned how there was no companies like BlackRock. There was no corporations. That's because these companies that come to the campus for job fairs, they are very, very cheap. Meanwhile, companies that do go to these corporations, they hire very expensive analysts like me, but they also spend so much money to recruiters. So recruiters spend time reviewing each and every single video. It's a lot of work. But in return, they get to judge you. So they judge me. They judge me on camera. They judge me like they are. For the past 10 years, BlackRock received like 25,000 applications for each job that they're hiring, right? However, right now with many jobs not opening, right? Few jobs being open, guess how many applications they are getting now? Thousands, 100,000 plus applications for each one. So this job that I'm going to do the interview right now is probably having thousands, from PhDs to MBAs to like all people, and they pick people from all over the world. They don't just pick from United States. They can sponsor somebody from, I don't know, India, somebody from Bangladesh to come and study here, right? So they are very, very open to the whole world. That comes with a challenge, is to compete, which I really don't care. I don't want to go too much into deep into that. Let's finish the video and let's do the interview.
I hope you take the opportunity to relax, have fun, and just be yourself.
All right. I'm just gonna continue with Hayavu. If I get a job to work this company, I will be working in asset management, which means I'll be managing people's money and resources, and that comes hand in hand with privacy. So I cannot show what's going to be happening, what they can be asking, but that will be a breach of contract. Okay, by showcasing, because this video that I'm filming goes out to YouTube, and YouTube is a competitor of BlackRock. Sometimes BlackRock even comes down. Sometimes BlackRock might be managing Google's assets, so it's not a good thing to do. It's not ethical, so I'm trying to be very careful here. I'll be right back once I finish the interview. I will tell you how it goes. Ciao, ciao. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with my mouth. I don't know if it's because it's too cold outside or it's because I've been eating the soy sauce for the last couple of days or so. But I just finished this BlackRock interview Hayavu test. This is the screen. It says thank you BlackRock. They pronounce it as BlackRock, not BlackRock. Black and Rock, so that's how they pronounce it. But has received your submission. There's no further action needed from you. Next step and questions. If you have any questions, so click done. I'm done. So now I'm gonna have candidates experience survey. All feedback to this survey will be kept secret, confidential, and will not impact any hiring decisions. How satisfied are you with your Hayavu experience? Okay, I wanna say that I have had many interviews before, but this is so far the best, because even if I don't get a job, I'm actually excited about it. This makes me feel like if universities were to test like this, we would be the best coders in the world. It asked me to do coding. It gave me a small code, and I have to redo the code. And obviously, I have to utilize some AI in it because I have to be quicker. But the code was very nice. Then I have to explain the logic behind the code. That was the best part. How did I come to the conclusion? And there was Python. So this was very interesting that I'm taking a Python class right now. I'm actually gonna email the professor and tell him that I just did a job interview with BlackRock, and my professor is my advisor. So I'm gonna let him know that I got a test at BlackRock, and I'm gonna ask him what I was asked, and I would make sure that he can prepare me for the next job in the future. But this was exciting. Now remember, I applied for 3 jobs at BlackRock, so this is the technical part. Then there are the 2 other things that I need to do, and I don't know if I can do those interviews today, so I'm gonna have to schedule another one for tomorrow. Then the last one on Monday. That way I'm ready, because I have 3 days to get this done. So I have until I guess Tuesday. So that being said, this was a good thing, and I'm gonna say that this is exciting and quite fascinating. And hey, this is good. This is wonderful. So I'm just gonna say, how satisfied are you with Hayavu experience? I'm just gonna say it was extremely satisfied. I think it was good. Would you like did you like about your experience? The coding part was amazing, and the challenging. Then the logic was even better. Okay, all right, yeah, I mean this is good stuff, so perfect. And Candidate experience survey. Based on this experience you just heard, how likely are you to recommend BlackRock to a friend or colleague? Oh yeah, I recommend BlackRock to everybody, most likely. I don't like the company, but hey, it's a big corporation and you're managing billions of dollars around the world. It's like Jeff Epstein, right? He's like a big financial advisor guy, right? So that's want to be that kind of guy, except his behavior of predatory and sleeping with children. But these corporations have something unique, right? They look at something and they say, you know what, we can turn this area into a massive skyscraper with billions and innovations and skills. So it's good. It's good. I like BlackRock. I think it's a good thing. So I'll highly recommend it. And I am not defending corporations from screwing people over and creating income inequality. Yes, I'm gonna work for them in the future because they're not gonna hire me anyways, right? The chances of me getting hired here is extremely lower, but I can keep my shot. I have nothing to do today, so just give a shot. Also, I learned something new today, right? Something new that if you write a code, you need to understand the logic behind it. Because if you get a job in a company, you gotta be able to explain. But last semester I used a lot I did a lot with R and Stata, so I can explain the logic behind Stata and R. But I cannot but today I was studying. Right now I've been studying Python, and we'll be using Python to determine if people are qualified to get loans or mortgages in a specific bank, right? And I'm using Python to train the algorithms and machine learning to determine what happens if banks fail, what happens to the patents. I'm doing this as my personal projects. All of this correlates to what BlackRock is looking for, and it's wonderful. And I don't think just BlackRock, every company needs this kind of skills. So this was wonderful. So I want to give this a 10. This was wonderful. What are your reasoning for behind this BlackRock? What are your reasoning behind recommend this BlackRock? The innovation. The innovation and striving to be the best company in the world of asset management. Yeah, striving, yes. The innovation and striving to be the best company in the world of asset management is the reason why I recommend this to every company, to every individual. All right. Imagine if 50 people from Uganda worked for BlackRock. Uganda will be the richest country in the world because we will be transferring this knowledge to our leaders, our presidents, our communities, and all that stuff. But there are possibly like very few people out there from Africa work for BlackRock. Very few people. That's because, especially in the area like this, area like asset management, wealth management, decision making, right? Because we're not rich. These companies don't want to reach people or educated people, and it's very hard. A lot of our people in Africa, they go to social economics where they do like things like income inequality and poverty and war crimes. Yes, nothing wrong with those things, but these companies, they don't care. Look at that. Why I feel like I'm already an economist already. I'm watching the stock market and the corporations and CNBC, right? And then I'm doing interviews with big corporations right now. Look at Trump, billionaires. Feels like I'm already in the world of being a billionaire. It's like maybe it's there. Who knows, right? Some people become billionaires at the age of 5, at the age of 20, they die at 25. Some become billionaires at the age of 30, and they die at the age of whatever, right? So it's always going to be a trial and error. But anyway, I have no time to film this, so let me finish this test, right? Because my battery is running out. Okay, please rate how much you agree or disagree with the following statements. I felt BlackRock adequately prepared me to use. I have Okay, no, really. I've used this before with JP Morgan, so I give credit to JP Morgan. So I'm gonna say somewhat agree. Because they gave me some practice, but not enough. It's not enough to practice. And I also have to look up for Google and the AI and ask some questions, so they didn't prepare me for that. That's probably not. If this was my first time, I'll be panicking. But I know panicking because I did this before with JP Morgan. So shout out to JP Morgan. They didn't hire me, but they gave me some good skills that I take for granted right now. The higher level technology was easy to use. Not really. They had to access my software and stuff like that, and I don't like that. I don't like how they invaded privacy. So the higher level technology used, I don't like higher level anyway. So I'm just gonna say strongly disagree. I hate this fucking software. It's very racist. It's like ATS, right? It's extremely racist. Um, there was adequate technical support and resources made available for me to use Hayavu. I don't think so. Is there anything more that could have been done to help you use Hayavu? Not applicable. Alright, give it bad rating for this. Please, how much you agree or disagree with following statements regarding your recent experience with Hayavu? There was enough time given to prepare for each question. I think that's true. Strongly agree. I have up to 2 minutes. That was enough for me to prepare. But if this wasn't like the use of hours of preparations and confidence from my university as a master students, it would have been extremely harder. But because I'm master students, I guess that's a good thing. And these jobs are dedicated for undergrad. And guess what? The reason why people from Harvard do better is because they go to a big university. They already have confidence from their families, from their parents, from background, right? Somebody who went to a small university, they'll have no confidence in doing these kind of things. So I think that was a good thing. So this is something to be keep in mind, that this is not. I'll say I strongly agree. That's because I got to good university, private university. I live in DC, so I use them an advantage. All right. This question. There was enough time given to answer each question. They gave me 3 minutes, and sometimes I didn't have anything to say. Some I had the time to say, explain the code. I think that was okay. I mean, I'm explaining to somebody who already know what they are doing. And these are recruiters, right? They are not coders. So they are not like good, they are not like legit, just recruiters. So they are not this. If they move you forward based on your response and your job application and your university target, then the manager might review these code challenges and they might then like judge. But this coding has nothing to do with the decision they make. Okay, these hiring managers, they don't have an idea of coding. They're just recruiters who don't even do anything about economics or anything about coding. But anyways, it's kind of cool. So yeah, I would say yeah, somewhat. Too many questions were asked. No, really, no. They only had 2 questions. That was it. So how does that too many? Right? 2 questions, 2 challenges. That was it. And the code was pretty simple. I don't have a code because I didn't save anywhere. It was in a lead code. Lead code is required to practice coding. Okay, it's usually used by undergrad. I am past that level of using lead code. In the master's program, I used code to write coding for my my research paper. So I don't have to read code, practice those things. So I'm past those level. That's why these jobs are suitable for people who are undergrad, grade 1, grade 2, right? So that's good to try. The questions were relevant to the job. Yeah, I was determining the numbers and the logic. There was no things like financial analyst or a specific job area. So it was more like logic. Like what I'm running right now in school in my big data class, they're teaching those logic things, like input, output, if statements, right? Loops, right? Those things are teaching, right? The algorithm is how you structure things to get output, right? You bring the test, the data, you train the data, then you bring the output, you forecast, right? That's the thing that they're asking. So the logic, that's what they're asking. There was no specific thing out there. They did not ask like, can you predict the housing market in New York City? No. It wasn't that high. I am in that level, but what they're asking was like very basic, well, whatever. So that's why I did not stress much about it. Makes sense? If you're watching this video, I hope it does. So the questions were relevant to the job. Definitely not, not even close, but it was okay. Maybe yeah, you need the logic to do this job. All right. The questions allow me to showcase my skills and experiences. Yeah, they did. Yes, the questions were actually making me express my skills that I learn in school right now. Tomorrow, today's Saturday, Monday, I'll be doing this same fucking thing. In fact, I do have a homework due in 2 weeks. So yes, it's relevant to the job and to whatever I will be doing if I have to go into the banking sector. All right. Thank you for your time and feedback and any final questions on how your higher experience could be improved. I can just do better next time. Do better next time. Do better next time. By utilizing AI. What did I do? Spend time by utilizing AI in the coding challenge. Why did I say this? I said this because AI is a big of a deal, and they did not see any AI in this. They made the code simple, which is good, but if they could have used a very complex code challenge and then utilize AI and then see how the candidates are going to be using AI to perform better and become more efficient, that would be good. So this is fucking stupid that they did not use AI in this. And by the way, higher view is built on AI. It's the fact that these companies are using AI to sort of like, sort of the candidates, but they cannot use AI for candidates they cannot allow candidates to use AI to answer these questions. It's kind of dumber, right? You need every new person to know how to use AI to do the job. Okay, it's efficient, it's fast, it's safe, it's cool, and we're gonna put more money in the coming few years. So I was surprised that this was not in there. I think that would be great. Okay, so if you work for BlackRock, because I want to tag BlackRock in this video and I post it probably the next couple of weeks or so, I want to mention that they could have done better by just simply utilizing AI in this. Okay, so submit. That's it. Thank you for taking time to provide feedback. You're welcome. And here we go. Survey monkey. Alright, so next step, I just finished, so I can update my CV, but I'm not gonna update my CV here. But if I go here, I just finished this one, right, this one over here, and then I have full-time analyst program, investment, quantitative investment. This is my favorite. They might also have me use Python for this, or SQL, you never know. And then after that, I'm gonna also do the quantitative master's internship program over here. These two is where I can have the biggest shots. I don't think I'm gonna have a big shot in here because I'm not that good on terms of like full-time coding with Python. But other than that, this is how it goes in real life. I really love this. I enjoy this, and I think it's the best thing I ever had. I would happily do thousands of interviews with these coding challenges than doing 1,000 interviews with just very logic consulting stuff. Overall, if I get a job, this will be great. All right. Thanks for watching. Like always, have a good one. I'm gonna check out the companies right now that I applied for a couple months ago. I applied at Capital One for a position that requires to use SQL, and I haven't heard back from them. So I'm gonna log back in and see the job applications. I applied for one of the government jobs as well. They told me they're gonna review the application in the coming few weeks. Where did I apply? I freaking forgot. I have to go back to my emails and check those emails that I've applied for. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm watching the CBC News, CNBC News, and if you watch CNBC News, I'm gonna give you this idea. If you're looking for a job and you're looking for like an actual job, let me turn off my light here. If you're looking for a job, right, do not just search on internet. Always go to watch the news, like CNBC News. They show a lot of companies, and then go to social media and go to Google and look up for that specific company and see if it's hiring. An example is that these guys are drinking alcohol. Right? You see this alcohol? They're advertising alcohol, right? And they split drink Garo. So Garo, for example, you can look up for Garo, right? Company, for instance, like this lady works at Berinstein. So Berinstein is a company called Berinstein company, right? You can put that up. You see the company? She's a wealthy advisor, right? She's representing on CNBC. You can find the company, and then you can really pull up the company, and here they are, right? And you can go to their job, go to their career, and guess what you see? They're gonna have to be hiring, right? If you go down, I don't see one of their jobs. But let me go down to, what is it? Like strategy and research, right? So they don't have jobs opening right now, but but just as an example, right? Just an example on how you can simply just find a job by just watching the news, and then you could start their Boston Beer Company, right? So if you go to Boston Beer Company, I need to go fast, my phone is dying, my thing is burning. But here you go to Boston Beer Company, then you take this off, right? If you visit our career site, right, then you check. So Washington. Oh, I need to go fast. Okay, whatever. There's no jobs, but anyways. But the point is that you can watch the news and get all the jobs applying. Other than that, thanks for watching. Like always, have a good time, have a good night, have a good day, have a good weekend. Bye bye, ciao ciao, adios, spasiba.